Yo.
B-A-D-D-I-E-B-A-D.
What did that mean?
Don't piss me off.
Yo.
Don't piss me off. The fact that was the first thing I was hearing as soon as the show started, I'm like, you know what? I don't know what to do but laugh. And that's what I did. I laughed because I'm like, yo, she really trying to be Jocelyn Hernandez so bad.
So
it's giving
bad.
Jocelyn Cabaret.
Yeah.
The song was trash. That intro song is trash. That B-A-D-D-I-E-B-A-D, you know what that means? That shit trash too.
This the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, rock, ta, ta.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Welcome back to another episode of the Petty Headquarters. I'm your host, Tiana Locke, and this is
Jessie Strange.
And we are back at it again, unfortunately, with another Baddies episode.
Yup. I want to take a moment to acknowledge this because, you know, Tiana swore. She was like, I'm so over the baddies. I'm this, I'm that. And I look at her when she was so hyped watching Baddies Africa. She was literally, that's the laugh. I looked at her like, yo, you a fake bitch, bro. You really thought.
I'm in a toxic relationship with Zeus Network, okay? I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
I'm in a toxic fucking relationship with Zeus Network.
And then she want to talk about, because she sees me judging her, right? As she's hyped about the show. She's like, I'm a victim.
I'm a victim to the toxic, abusive relationship. Like, it's really bad.
Listen,
like,
I knew we was coming back. You didn't. I knew.
didn't, because I really wanted a break, bitch. I was going through a phase.
You was really.
I was going through a phase.
About this fake break that she wanted.
I was going through a phase.
I was like, yeah, all right. This whole time, guys, I knew we was going to cover
all right,
Baddies
whatever.
Africa.
Anywho, unfortunately, we are covering Baddies Africa. Okay. Clearly, I'm on my shit today. So, it's going to be interesting. All right. If you guys are new, welcome. We are a pop culture podcast. We cover reality TV, Baddies, Zeus Network, and celebrity drama. Clearly, I am on one. I don't know what happened, but bitch is hot. If you guys are returning, welcome back. All right.
Yeah.
So,
facts.
I mean, do you have anything you want to say to the people?
No, I'm excited. This is a brand new season, brand new bitches, finally. So I'm excited to dive in, to talk about the drama, to talk about all the shit, and honestly, I'm happy to be talking about it.
It's toxic.
I
this
knew
is
it.
so toxic.
I knew we would. You know, I had faith.
Whatever. Without further ado, let's dive into this week's dose of mess, y'all. All right. So, Baddies Africa starts off. First of all, we need to talk about
Yo.
B-A-D-D-I-E-B-A-D.
What did that mean?
Don't piss me off.
Yo.
Don't piss me off. The fact that was the first thing I was hearing as soon as the show started, I'm like, you know what? I don't know what to do but laugh. And that's what I did. I laughed because I'm like, yo, she really trying to be Jocelyn Hernandez so bad.
So
it's giving
bad.
Jocelyn Cabaret.
Yeah.
And then when it finally starts, you see the B-roll, then you hear another one of her songs.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, what the fuck are we doing?
And in that song, right, she's rapping. On the second song, she's rapping, right? And again, mind you, right after that whole scene, right, you hear the bongos with the little.
My God,
so it just felt weird because all I could think was from the rap scene to her in this African-inspired outfit that she got going on with the jewelry piece. All I could think of is like, my God, the cultural appropriation, and it's just because all I remember is BGC Natalie Nunn. So it's like crazy to hear in the background, her rapping while there's a slow-mo of her in this African-inspired. I'm like, whoa.
It's a lot.
You are so not who you were promoting yourself to be once upon a time. It's like really 360 and it's crazy.
Yeah, she's always just morphing in to what's trendy or what's hot.
It needs to be studied though.
It's like
she
crazy.
Fully embodies it. Like it's
she
really insane.
Will blend, like camouflage with anything. It's like crazy to me, to the point where I'm like, bitch, you're giving culture vulture.
Yeah, cultural appropriation.
Like, girl, like, it's just so fucking weird. And honestly, I heard the song was trash. That intro song is trash. That BADDIEBAD, you know what that means? That shit trash too. Like, let's wrap the shit up. And like, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you went from that performing at the reunion with your crazy stripper getup outfit to this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
no,
true.
I don't know what you're trying to be, Jocelyn, so bad. Like, you wish.
It's true.
You wish those girls respected you the way they respect Jocelyn.
You wish they are scared of you the way they're scared of Jocelyn.
That's
Natalie
what it
want to
is.
be scary so bad.
She wants the girls to fear her.
Yeah.
To fear her, to have fear in their heart. Like, no, like, I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't think that day will ever come, sweetie. Sorry to break it to you.
Yeah, that ship has long sailed.
Did it ever start? Did the ship ever, like, start? Did it even get any? I don't even know if there was a ship to begin with.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Nah, for real. For real.
I don't know if they were ever even afraid of her.
But they did switch up, like, instead of having one photo pose and another photo pose, they did the 3-in-1, which was okay.
The only thing I will say about the intro is that it's faster now.
Which is good.
That's it. But the song, I don't know what y'all were thinking. And, you know, maybe they were thinking, yeah, it's on brand. It's our own shit, right? But no, I'm not feeling it. Anywho, Natalie meets up with Rolly at the brunch, at the imaginary brunch.
The imaginary
and
brunch.
everything, the whole scene with the cars, with the South African flags,
The
on
bongos.
the car. Yeah, the girls with the carpet rolled out, like dropping the flower petals. It was giving Coming to America. If y'all seen that movie, y'all know what I'm talking about. But I was like, okay, they're really setting the tone for, you know, Baddies Africa. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
They were doing the whole, like, police sirens in the background.
for sure. Like, the whole cars, they had a budget for a whole lineup. Like, it was a whole thing.
Yeah, so then that's what you were saying. She meets up with Rolly. You get Natalie's intro. She says she don't need an intro.
I know.
Rolly's back. I mean, she says that she's excited because nobody where she's from goes to Africa. So that's interesting.
Right.
And they're talking about basically the girls that are coming.
Basically Natalie intros these girls. And so we already know Ivory, Pretty P, DTB, and the trio. You know, the trio, Big Lex, Summer, and Bad Dolly. They are coming back. But then she introduces us to these lineup. Oh, and, you know, Anna Mac, Scotty, all those girls. Those girls. Then we get introduced to the lineup for all of these other new baddies coming in. And as she's talking to Rolly about these girls, we are seeing, of course, these girls get their own little B-roll clips, their own little montage. Basically. And I want to say, I'm happy that at least we have some African girls in the lineup. Okay, we got LCK and then we got Coco Brown. I think it's Coco Brown.
I have all the names, so we can just go on it. So we have Big Lex, Summer, Bad Dolly, the trio. Pretty P, first of all, I was hyped to see Pretty P because I didn't know Pretty P was coming back, and I love Pretty P. I feel like she's grown on me so much, and a very underrated baddie who doesn't have to do too much.
Right.
She's
she's just chill.
She's
the chill baddie.
Yeah, she's chill, and I really like the way she's engulfs that chill vibe. But anyways, you got Big Ivory. Then there's Cold Killer, which she's from Columbus, Ohio.
I want to say something about Cold Killer.
Yeah, she talked about being a fan favorite.
You know, she stood out to me because the first thing we're seeing is a photo of you posing with a gun. Like, that is just telling me already, like, what your vibe is. And then on top of that, like, you're saying that you are going to be the next fan favorite in your intro. It's already giving you're not going to be the next fan favorite.
100%.
Because you shouldn't be aiming for that. It should be organic. It should be natural. It should be if you really are a cool bitch. It shouldn't be, yeah, I'm aiming to get MVP. Yeah, I'm aiming to... Because already it's giving you're doing too much.
Same thing Emma did.
Right. So it's like, are you going to be the next fan favorite and take someone's spot? Or what? Are you going to be the next Emma? Which one is it? So yeah.
Fauna, you got Fauna.
She's so pretty.
She said, yeah. And I was
did.
like, what? Okay, she's
did.
from dirty Jersey, but still, it's all right. It's
Yeah,
all right.
yeah,
Still
yeah,
from the
yeah,
East
yeah.
Coast.
She said she an educated baddie.
That's true. She did. She did.
I really like Fana because, one, I think she's so pretty. I think she's so attractive. I feel like her face is just a breath of fresh air to me, because I feel like with these baddies, we're always getting the same fucking look. We're getting the light-skinned bitch with the BBL, with the botch bodies, with the wigs, with the thick eyebrows, with the, lip injections. We're getting that look. And it's like, I rarely see girls that look naturally pretty. And that doesn't say that these other girls aren't pretty. They are, but there's just, when there's a beauty standard in that industry and all of those girls adhere to it, I feel like with Fana, like, she's just pretty without having to adhere to any of those Instagram trendy, beauty standards. And that was just my first take on her.
Yeah, she has like more of a natural look.
Natural, pretty face. I love it. Soft glam.
Yeah, then we have Russian Cream from Houston, Texas.
You said that it's giving...
No, that's not her.
Oh, that's not her. It's
I wrote her.
Okay, yeah.
Then you got Kay Rican, who reminds me of Nunu, and I don't know why. Maybe it's the way she talks.
It's the accent.
Yeah.
Everyone online has been saying, "Oh, that girl reminds me of Nunu," but I did want to say Russian Cream. She's giving. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get to the top. Like, and you know what I mean by that. Like, the first thing she says is, "Yeah, I want to level up.
Yeah.
I auditioned for this. I want to level up. I'm trying to be on Natalie's level." Like. All the stuff that's coming out of her mouth is already telling me that you will fuck the CEO to get a spot. And no shame in your game. No shame in your game, right?
I can see that.
Right. But that's what it's giving, pretty face, so it's giving, she knows she has pretty privilege and she'll do whatever it takes to get to where she wants to get. And that's the energy that I got from her. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It can come with bad things, but it's just one of those things that I saw where I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Then we got Tavi Baby. She's the tall girl that got hit in the face with the mic.
That's a
during
big
the
bitch right there.
Yep, that's her. LCK from Zimbabwe. Her
yup.
grandfather is the VP of Zimbabwe.
Mm-hmm.
Important.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You got Choco Brown from Nigeria.
Yo, I'm excited for her.
I like her.
I'm excited for her.
Yeah.
Everything.
I'm excited to see what she brings.
Yes,
for real.
the accent is giving Nigeria stand the fuck up. Like, I'm happy to see y'all in the building.
For real.
The way how baddies just be weird. Like, with the Caribbean, they flopped. That season flopped.
Sure did.
Didn't bring nobody from the Caribbean, and it just was a flop. Basically
sent Dia home, the only one from the Caribbean.
Right, and basically the whole fucking season was about fucking Gretch. Why are we making the Caribbean about this?
Mm-hmm.
Anywho.
So then we got the special guest announced. So it's Tommy, Marissa, who is Natalie Choppa's baby mama. I don't know what is this fascination with and this glorifying baby mama thing, but
yeah,
whatever. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's giving a light on like being the single mom from a famous rapper.
Yeah,
and they're gonna reward you for it.
Right.
You'll have a chance to be on Baddies.
Right. Ugh. I mean, that's Nunu basically.
I know, but that was like what I'm saying. But then it's like now it's Natalie Choppa's baby mama.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a thing.
It's weird.
Now we're gonna get Juice WRLD's baby mama. R.I.P.
I mean, that's how we got Krishan. That's how they introduced her, Blueface's girlfriend.
But not baby mama.
That's true.
So then you got Amber Rose, which Nat said has Cape Verdean roots, which I thought
she has African roots.
Didn't know that.
She's black. You didn't know that?
I didn't know she had Cape Verdean roots.
Okay.
No, she's biracial. Let's be frank.
All right.
And then you got Stunner Girl.
Right.
And then they also announced the baddie on timeout, which is Biggie, which we now know she never came out of timeout.
I mean, I heard that she didn't want to go though.
Whatever they market it as, I think it's funny that she never came out of timeout.
So Natalie makes it known that she's gonna make bitches starve this season.
Yeah, she did say that.
She said everybody's complaining that they don't get fed. Well, now bitches are gonna starve.
What I want to point out though, like even before we got introduced to the girls that were gonna be a part of the show. I thought that it was interesting how Natalie comes in with the same narrative all the time. How she's like, oh, I'm tired of being nice. I'm going to be a bitch, And then I just thought it was interesting how Rolly was almost like, she was like, she was just like, yeah, Natalie, I told you last season that, you shouldn't be nice and that these girls are entitled. And all I could think was like, so Rolly, you're cool with Natalie again? It just seemed a little like she was sucking her dick a little bit, which I thought was interesting because it's like this is the same girl that had a problem with Natalie not fighting her fights. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's so interesting how like Rolly will say one thing, depending on her mood, and then not, I don't know. It gave what eventually we see play out when Scotty and Anna come. So I will get back to that. But I wanted to point that out because I noticed that. That's the first thing I noticed. I'm like, Rolly's being weird.
Yeah. And so as they're in this restaurant, Natalie does talk to Rolly about, like you said, she's tired of being nice. And she mentions the whole situation that, these girls are entitled. And she brings up DTB. She brings up Scotty, and she's talking about the whole situation. And let me know if I'm missing something, but then Scotty comes in after that.
Yeah, no, Scotty comes in.
Like, there's nothing that really says it. Scotty comes in right after that.
Yeah, Scotty comes in. She gets her little slow-mo.
And the first thing that happens is, Natalie says she looks cute. But Scotty's like, oh, you sure? What did she say? She said, oh, you think this is cute, but not me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it was like, okay. Rolly looks at Scotty like, all right, Scotty, chill, which is weird. And then Natalie, that's when you see they start going back and forth about this whole thing. Scotty makes it known that Natalie doesn't get in the paint, hasn't been a real friend to her, and she never had any respect for her. Natalie, for some reason, is taking this moment to try to clear the air about the whole chain situation, which was weird.
Yeah, I thought it was
like,
weird.
That's what you care about?
Yeah, like that's what you're mad about?
That's so irrelevant to what the argument. And that's irrelevant to what Scotty is
saying.
Right. You're talking about the chain she put on a Capri's necklace. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, no. I thought, first of all, Scotty's confessional her intro was already giving a whole new energy when she said, I can get in anywhere. It's called pretty privilege. You'd want it too. Something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, facts. I wish I had pretty privilege facts. And then it was just like, so her coming in with Natalie and, like you said, she said what she said, I was just like, whoa, like Scotty seems over it. That's what it seems like. She seems fed up with Natalie, like almost like, those realizations when those people are so caught up in their toxic relationship for so long, and then after like the last straw, whatever that last straw may be, they're done, clocked out. Scotty just seems very clocked out, because I thought it was interesting that this is also around the time, or recently, I don't know what the timeline is between they filmed and this post, but recently Natalie had went online and had publicly said, I'm sorry to Scotty for everything. We were friends before this. I like to spoil my friends. So yeah, it's not about gifts, but that's my love language. And literally posted her. And I think 2 or 3 days later, that shit was gone. They got into a fight again or something.
Really?
Yeah. Because remember, there was like rumors. There's rumors that Rolly and Scotty jumped Natalie at the end of the show, at the end of filming. They're still filming. You didn't see that? Natalie came out or some shit? Yeah, there's like rumors or some shit like that.
I thought Scotty and Anna jumped Natalie. I didn't know it was Rolly and Scotty.
I think it was Rolly and Scotty.
So this is a whole new thing
Whole
now?
new thing. That post is deleted.
Yo, if that shit really happens, I'm about to post my Sims fight again. It's gonna get a repost. Because in that fight, Rolly and Scotty are jumping Natalie.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
I stay predicting the future. Like, I don't think you understand.
I could be wrong.
That's crazy. You could be wrong.
I could be wrong.
Listen, I don't know. Show's not even, it's out, but we don't even know shit yet. So we're gonna wait and see. But yeah, you can tell that Scotty is very much over it. They're arguing, and Natalie, it seems like she's only using this argument to kind of clear her name and say, you didn't find the chain in my room, which was weird.
Yes.
Because again, it was very irrelevant, has nothing to do with how Scotty feels. That's not what this argument is about. It's not about me putting the chain on my dog for another bitch. It's about how you treat me as a friend.
Exactly.
But it's so interesting to see in that whole thing, as Scotty is just talking over her, Natalie is getting so frustrated, and she's like, no, we're not going to skip over anything, because she wanted to say her point, and Scotty was not letting her say her point. And then Rolly was like, oh, what's your issue with Natalie? And then Scotty starts talking, and that's when she interrupts, and she gets so furious because she's like, you're not going to talk. I didn't even get to say my point. Who are you to talk?
Yeah,
and that was the energy.
Entitled. That's where she calls her entitled.
But that's when she was like, I'm going to say my point because I'm the boss. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
She was like, can you let me talk because I am the fucking boss? I was like,
I know. But can we also point out how like Rolly throughout the time that Scotty's talking is rolling her eyes and grilling Scotty like she's annoyed, like she's just like there's beef. What's good with you? Like
it pissed me off.
That's what I'm saying. Like it feels weird. There's something deeper, whatever it is, and I don't get it. But I don't understand Rolly. Her and Scotty were cool, but I guess whatever happened with that whole Slim situation. And can we talk about how Scotty, I wish she said this shit to her in her face.
I do wish she said it there too. But you knew that was not going to be her energy.
Scotty's, I think, a little afraid of Rolly. Like, you know, she don't want to deal because Rolly is strong. And, you know, Scotty's not really, she's still Scotty. You know what I'm saying? She's still soft on you. It's like, yeah, she definitely got more backbone now. But anyways, you know, what she said in the confessional talking about all you did last season was it
sling around a twig?
Yeah, so exactly, which is so true.
Right.
And I also thought it was interesting how Rolly, out of all people, was the one sitting there saying, guys, you know, you guys used to be best friends.
I know.
This seems like it's gonna get deeper. And it's like, where was that energy with Slim when it was happening?
Exactly. But the only reason how I can see the other side of that is because Slim wasn't paying Rolly. Natalie is. There's a difference. Natalie's her boss. Slim was not her boss. So Rolly, I'm sure she feels the same way about Scotty. But even peep this. When they went back to the restaurant after Natalie left, after everything escalated, even with Anna, she says, I'm just doing my job.
Yeah.
And that is like a prime thing that you guys need to pay attention to, because I feel like that is the energy with Rolly. Like, if Natalie was just another bitch, she would have did her dirty a long time ago. But because she's not, and Rolly recognizes that that's her boss, she does what she needs to do, which is why I'm sure Natalie's not calling Rolly entitled, because Rolly clearly knows what to do, knows what to say, knows how to be fake, knows it is what it is. She knows Natalie's fake. She's just fake back. It's one of those things. And that's the only reason why I would say I can see the other side. However, I agree. Rolly should not even be talking.
I'm glad you caught that. Because I was like, I caught that too. And I was like, what does that mean? Because I didn't understand.
Surprised.
Yeah, like I needed to be broken down a little bit more. Like, I realized like, well, you're just doing your job. What part though? Like, what does that mean? But you're right.
Because at the end of the day, she even said it last season. You're our boss. We're your employees. Like, she recognizes that. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's the biggest difference there.
And that's why she's been there since day one.
That's exactly why.
She know what to do.
So then now Anna comes in, okay? And Anna is serious.
Serious.
No smiley, no gra boom, no none of that. No laughy, no jokey jokes. She don't got her friends this season. So it's an entirely different energy where she's just on guard because, again, she's not comfortable. She's around. She doesn't know if she's going to get set up. And it's just a whole different vibe. Tasika's not there. Biggie's not there. And it's just a lot.
She's just alone.
She's alone. Literally alone on her own little island. So seeing her come in serious was so funny because she's always coming in, popping it, running her mouth, smiling, laughing, talking about gra boom, saying all this shit. Yeah. I was like, oh, Anna is just I don't know.
I'm kind of glad though, because it's good. It's nice to see her where she's not talking so much and she's real serious, because now this is what it's like to be on your own without your friends backing you up.
Exactly.
You know, it's funny to watch them act different, but yeah, it's funny because Natalie did not let 2 seconds go by where she was just like, yeah, you know, you guys fought on Baddies East, you know, you fought her. Now look at y'all sitting next to each other, besties.
No,
it's cute.
Hella shade with that. And that's when Anna was like, you know, I never said that was my bestie. I never claimed that we were best friends. None of that. It is what it is. And, you know, Anna and Scotty, they're basically arguing with Natalie at this point. It's back and forth. Anna is telling her, you know, you like to throw rocks and hide your hand. Pretty much is what she was saying.
She was saying the truth.
Yeah.
The truth that everybody says in online especially. Which honestly, again, remember when Lex came in vouching for people that are saying what's the truth online? Like, it's nice to see finally Anna. And I gotta say, like, out of that trio right there, Anna's the one that has stepped up and spoken the most and been upfront the most, despite how annoying she's been. Like, Biggie is fake, Tasiki's fake, or maybe they just really fuck with Natalie and whatever. But like, I feel like Anna in specific, it's just saying everything we all know.
Right. No, and this is true. And she basically says that, like, you know, you take it too far. You cross that line. You don't know
boundaries.
How to cap it at business and cap it at, you know, basic human sympathy or empathy. Like, what the fuck?
She said that Natalie be doing bitches dirty, but then get mad when they have a reaction to that, or they do her dirty back.
Right. And as you can see, you see Natalie getting fed up with security, which is interesting as she's trying to get to Anna. And it's been multiple times on different occasions. She's trying to get to Anna. Security's blocking her. So she feels like, why are you treating me like this? I'm not supposed to get treated like this. Why am I getting treated like this? Which makes sense why she went off on live, whether it was for publicity for the show or not. It makes me wonder, are you mad that these girls are entitled? Or are you mad because they're fucking your boss? And because they're fucking your boss, they're getting special privileges that go above you. And that's what you don't like. Like,
yeah, that you're not in control.
Right.
Of your own show.
Right.
Your own show. So at some point, right, I think Scotty's telling Natalie that she was ducking shit. And then Natalie's like describing how Scotty be ducking big Lex. And then like, and Anna's like, if anyone's scary, you scary. You top dog scary. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah. Which is true. Like, she is. Like, she was ducking and dodging DTV like crazy, doing a whole fucking performance at the reunion, acting like she was gonna fucking do something. But she want to call Scotty and fucking scary? That's so weird. Yo, Natalie just be talking, bro.
Yeah, she really do be chatting. But one thing I do want to say is when she was doing all the theatrics, going under the table and the chair and doing the ducking shit and moving the hair around, that hair is laid to the gods. Whatever lace glue you got, it is perfect because the wig did not move. Not an inch.
That's the Zeus money. It's glue.
Bro, that shit was on and she was doing a lot. I was like, wow, this is kind of wild. But obviously, you know, Scotty's taking her shoes off. Anna gets up. Natalie's like, oh, you know, what's up? And all this weird shit.
You want to run it?
Yeah, like this weird shit. Security's blocking them. Rolly's like, y'all not going to jump her. Plates are being thrown. Scotty throws a plate because Natalie threw it first. Plate hits Rolly. Rolly's like, gets mad at Scotty. And I'm like, Rolly, why are you in the middle? Move. You're mad that you got hit with a plate, but you see the altercation happening. You see it, you know, escalating, and you're standing there.
Yeah.
You're literally blocking Natalie. You're standing there. I mean, what do you expect at that point? Like, you have to stop trying to little sis these girls. And that's the thing. She does that a lot. And I realized she did that when the whole thing escalated, when Natalie left. Scotty and Anna, they go back in because the food come out now. They had the fact that the food still came out while there was broken glass on the floor and all this shit on the floor. I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And the server came out all smiley. I'm like, this nigga coming out mad smiley after these bitches just done tore up the whole fucking restaurant. Okay? They get food. They're eating. why Scotty, Rolly is like, oh, but y'all gotta stop. Y'all calling her this, y'all saying this. And then Scotty was like, I never called her ugly.
Yeah.
I never said that, And then Rolly just gets hype with her, starts yelling, talking about, oh, y'all gotta grow up. I'm like, first of all, who are you yelling at? That was my first question. Who are you yelling at? And where is this random extreme hostility coming from? One. And two, why are you yelling at me like you my mom or something? Like,
yeah.
That was just like so uncalled for. And I feel like the fact that Rolly could sit there and yell when she was just yelling at Natalie last season about the same shit is weird.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I feel like the whole thing was like, even when they went, okay, so when Anna and Natalie started to, like, their fight started and things started getting heated, the first thing fucking Rolly says, y'all not about to jump Natalie. And Scotty's like, who's jumping Natalie?
Right.
And that's the
Nobody's
same thing.
her.
That's the same thing I thought. I was like, first of all, Rolly, shut the fuck up, mind your business. First of all, because who's jumping Natalie? Like, seriously, come on. Like, like, I don't understand that. Again, going back to that defensive, like, why are you on Natalie's dick like that? It's so weird to me. Like, you were just bitching that she wasn't standing up for you and that she don't fight her fights, and now you want to fight her fight?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's very weird, and you can tell, like I said, so this goes back to what I said in the beginning, that Rolly been giving Scotty that energy. Rolly been giving, I'ma suck Natalie's dick, I'm on Natalie's side. You know what I'm saying? So it's just very weird, the chemistry, I guess, between them two. But also I want to talk about security, bitch, because what the fuck? They was not letting nobody fight. They wasn't letting not Scotty. They wasn't letting Anna and Natalie fucking get into it at all. They were just like stopping everything. So it was pissing me the fuck off watching them, because it's like, bro, and then I can't stand that fucking ugly guy with the fucking Florida tattoo in his fucking face. So ugly, he looked dirty.
He is dirty.
Yeah, anyways. So yeah, but and I want to make it like, I want to point out also that the audacity for fucking Rolly to have a conversation, talk about y'all need to grow up to them too, when Natalie was the one that threw the plate first. Natalie started that whole thing. Like, to be honest, the swinging, she threw the plate first. Then fucking Rolly want to play, oh, Scotty, you hit me with the plate. Meanwhile, you trying to get in between two fucking people fighting. It's like, you wanted her to hit you with the plate because you seem mad about something and you want to go off on Scotty so bad.
That's what given that.
Yeah, like, that's what it seems like. She wanted a problem with Scotty.
Yeah.
Like, any reason to go off on her. Because you could tell she was like, how do you get in between two people and not expect to get hit?
Right. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it was definitely weird. And then, Natalie leaves, storms out. And it's true, she did run up on Anna first.
Yes.
Like, she really did start it.
Yes. And then I thought it was interesting because as she's leaving, she's like, I got too many receipts. And then Scotty's like, run them.
She did say that.
And I love Scotty's energy. Like I said, I love that energy because it's like the first time I see Scotty really standing up to Natalie, like 10 toes with Natalie.
Yeah.
Like, Natalie's not winning this one. Like, she's firm, like, I don't really fuck with you like that no more. And I'm finally done with you. And I love that.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that.
And it's just interesting how Natalie can sit there and say, I got receipts. But I feel like Scotty knows that she'll never even run those receipts because she's involved in it. Natalie is involved in it.
True.
Like, let's be real. Like, if you're going to run them, then you're going to, kind of like call yourself out in the midst of that. But hey.
And this is also where we find out that Anna wanted to fight Natalie. So when Natalie threw that shit, she was like, fuck yeah, let's fight. Because I've been wanting to fight this bitch, but they wasn't letting me.
No,
Zeus told her not to. But then you also hear it again that when Natalie's walking out and that whole thing, they're yelling back and forth. You hear something about Scotty saying something like, I hope you have protection. Like, I hope it's protection or something like that. And then you also hear Scotty say, we should have just went inside and just slapped her.
Yeah.
That
shit was crazy.
That was the plan. Her and Anna, I think that was the plan the whole time, that they wanted to, but you find out that Zeus told them not to.
Well, Natalie leaves. Before she leaves, Rolly decides to check up on her. And Natalie's like, Rolly, no, just leave me alone. And it's gone. Anna calls DTB right after that. And
I just want to say, I love how Natalie. Wait, I'm sorry. I don't want to move past the scene.
You're good.
But I just think it's funny how to make Natalie's ego feel better. She says she's walking out because she's like, fuck that. These girls are going to pay their bill. I'm walking out and they're going to pay the bill, not me. Meanwhile, how it looks is them bitches just ran you off the set.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, it's the same thing. I was like, oh, you can't go on my private jet. She can't say that no more, though. Because Scotty taken care of. She's good. She don't need Natalie no more. So she just like, yeah, I'm walking away. You're going to pay the bill. Ooh. So scary.
Yo.
Gotta pay money.
Yo, I cannot.
All right, sorry. I felt like, it's the same thing as paying the jet. She just had to make her ego feel better. Meanwhile, these bitches really just ran her off the fucking set. So funny.
Right. So DTB, gets a call from Anna Mac, and Anna is basically telling her the rundown of everything that happened. And DTB is shocked, like, you fought? Like, you guys fought?
Not her slapping the bed mad high, talking about period, right? I'm like, yo, DTB too hype.
She was way too hype, yo. This whole situation is just hilarious to me.
I love this whole scene. This whole scene, because
this whole scene was wild.
You see DTB getting mad hype.
Talking about strategizing, creating alliances. I was like, what are we going to war, bitch? Like, what the fuck? It felt like she was trying to really basically like go on a war. I'm trying to rally up, get people on my side to take down the queen.
Yeah, and it also, because I remember Natalie going on live saying, welcome to Baddies Africa, bitch, where we jump. Y'all want to jump, I'ma jump. You want to, I don't know. So I remember just the live being, you want to jump, so we gonna jump and no rules. You want to come in here and do that bet, then all rules. So I just feel like that maybe, I don't know what the timeline is, but if I see CEOs saying shit like that, I would want to build an alliance too.
Yeah, that's true, especially before filming. I don't know, but, after that, DTB, she meets up with, it's crazy because DTB wasn't invited to that brunch.
Yeah.
Which is so funny.
She said, I don't want to be with your fake assholes.
Yeah, and then she was saying to Anna, like, oh, she didn't invite me because she's scared, da-da-da. Anna said she's scared of DTB, all this stuff. And I was like, yo, this is kind of outrageous.
Not DTB calling it her the big boss and her chinions.
Yo, when she said chinions, I was like, that's kind of smart.
I didn't even understand it at first.
I like that. I was like, that's a play on words.
I only realized it was something because you were like, oh, and I was like,
yo, you don't be paying attention.
Huh?
You mad slow. Her chin.
I get it. I get it now. Thank you.
I get it.
All right. Just took me 10 seconds more than it did for you, okay?
10 seconds, more like a day, no? It took you the day?
No.
It did.
Not the day, bitch. Don't be disrespectful.
Boom. So anywho, DTB, she's like, I'm meeting up with Pretty P and Ivory, and we just trying to see, because she needs people on her side. So they go to this bar, wherever the fuck they are. Pretty P and Ivory, they meet up. Pretty P is very unsure.
Yeah.
Because she's like, you put a clown emoji over my face on a post. I don't know what your temperature is. I don't know if we have beef. Like, I don't have beef, but like, do you have beef? So it was more of that thing. DTB says, your sister kicked me. And then she was like, well, I already explained that whole situation. Why are we still dragging it on? DTB says that she is willing to just forget about shit because obviously she wants her alliance.
Yeah.
Ivory is like, I feel like you guys can get past this and
She's
whatever.
the middleman for sure.
Exactly. And, that's when Ivory starts talking about her situation with Stunner Girl and how she feels like she was set up by Natalie. And that was fucked up. So Ivory explains her whole ordeal, and this is where we find out that Natalie, she got a text from Natalie talking about where you at, and Ivory told her where she was at, and she never showed up. But who showed up? Stunner Girl and her whole crew. And honestly, it's fucked up.
You still think it was Natalie?
The fact that Natalie, what do you think it is? You think someone took Natalie's phone and texted Ivory?
I don't know, man.
What
I
do
don't
you
know. I just
think?
I'm going back to the same thing. Like, it's so easy to blame Natalie, and at the end of the day, we forget who the puppet master is.
It is, but then getting that text from Natalie's phone is crazy.
Yeah, I guess. I think, at the end of the day, it could also be, just severe. They're all in the same spot. They're all going to meet up. It's not like, Natalie was in a different state talking about where you at. Like, they're all about to film. So who knows? Who knows? Like,
you think that was just a coincidence, girl?
I don't know.
I just feel like given her track record before Zeus Network, okay, she has a pattern of doing shit like that.
Yeah, you know what?
Very manipulative to kind of like plant her seeds and watch the fire start. Like, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
hearing Ivory say that Natalie texts her where you at is pretty
sus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I agree. I think I was on Natalie's side until I heard that part.
Yeah,
I was
that's
just
what
like,
I'm saying. Like, that's weird. And then you didn't even show up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you didn't even answer after I told you where I was at. Mm-hmm. It's just weird. And you were in the airport with her.
And there's audio
weird. Of
Stunner Girl telling you what she's gonna do.
Yes, like you knew about this.
Yeah.
So for you to sit there and try to be like, I didn't do it. It's like she's just trying to protect her ass. She did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
I think she did it.
Now that we're talking about it, the same way she was
trying to protect her ass when she switched the name tags on the rooms. Like, you know what I mean? And only owned up to it because there was proof that you did it. You know what I mean? But here, there's not proof.
And even in the reunion, how she was like, no, I didn't say that. And then they played the clip of her saying
and she said it. She just lies all the time. And that's why I feel like, you
True.
know what? The fact that Ivory said, Natalie texted me, where you at? That for me is like, wow. So she asked you where you was at.
Yeah, that's true. And then didn't show up.
Right. It's just weird.
Yeah.
It just looks
looks
bad. It looks very bad.
As the CEO.
And then it's like Natalie's not even saying that part. She's not even saying that she texted Ivory. She's just saying, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. It's like, girl, I think you're sus.
Mm-hmm.
This looks bad.
Okay? It does. You're right.
And then
this is happening right after that situation.
This is it's flowing really well. I'm not gonna lie. I like how the first episode is flowing well. Like, it doesn't feel forced. It feels organic because there's built up beef, right? There's built up bullshit and shit from past.
I just didn't know that situation was gonna be on the show. Like, I didn't know at all. Like, I didn't know that had any, like, it was going to be on the show. And then I'm like, yeah, that was the night, that was the day that
was the night that she argued with Lemmy in the car, too.
Right, that
Natalie.
too. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know any of that drama was going to be a part of.
You realize they left the Lemmy part out, though, right?
Of course they did.
All right.
Of course they did, because Natalie was seeming so untrustworthy. Like, like, she didn't know who to trust. Like,
right.
But anyways, yeah.
So DTV says that she is bringing the trio. She invited the trio, Big Lex, Summer, and Bad Dolly. Ivory and Pretty P, they're not really feeling it. Ivory's like, why would you invite them? You know, DTV is like, you never know. Like, I want to see who's going to be on our side, which to me, immediately off rip, you should have known not invite them.
To me, what it sounded like was DTV being a better version of Natalie, knowing what she was doing, but making it sound cute.
That's exactly what it was. And that's what I was going to say. Like, I feel like you invited them for purely entertainment purposes because you knew damn well they was not going to be okay with that shit. Like, you knew off rip that you were going to ignite the fire.
Talking about, what did she say? I got your back, you got mine type shit? What she said?
Yeah. That's what she said. Something along those lines.
Something like that. And it's just like, that's how you know she knew that they wasn't going to be with it.
But guess what? She got in the paint, and that's the difference between her and Natalie. Natalie would just not be in the paint.
That's true. So you get the slow-mo of the trio come in, and of
so
course,
dramatic,
bro. Of course, the first person you hear is loud ass motherfucking Summer. First person, you don't even see the girls yet. You hear Summer.
Show me your baddest bitch, like immediately.
Yo, I can't.
Dolly shows up and immediately just fights Ivory. And Ivory was quick with it too. Like, she saw it coming.
She knew.
She knew. She got up so quick. They just started going at it. And honestly, I don't know what the reason was. Like, why did Dolly do that?
Because
you want to redeem yourself from the reunion or something?
Yeah, didn't Ivory jump her or hit her during the reunion or something like that, and it was just like beef from there.
They fought 1-on-1 though. It wasn't a jump.
I think it was something. I think it was, but they have built up animosity, I guess, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But sure. Dolly really didn't waste no time. What I can't stand about the trio though is the jumping. Because immediately after, fucking Summer just starts fighting too. Yeah. So Summer's fighting DTB while Bad Dolly's fighting Ivory. Right. And apparently the first round between them two, they had rings on.
Oh, shit.
Because at the second round, because like Ivory at this point after that round, Ivory's tight. She's like fucking screaming. She's hyped up. She's like, I took my rings off. Tell her to take her rings off too. We had one round with rings. Tell her to take it off. I want another round. I want to fight. I want to fight. And then Dolly was acting weird at first, trying to catch her breath, getting a drink in her because she was like,
I'm not fighting you. I'm not fighting you.
Right. And then ends up fighting her anyways.
Right. She just wanted to catch her breath. That's
right.
What it
exactly.
That's what it fucking gave. One thing I do want to say is that Big Lex's confessional was not it. Her confessional look was not it. It was giving she was trying to be that Aaliyah from that movie where she was the vampire. It was definitely giving that.
I'm dead.
It was giving Aaliyah from Queen of the Damned, the movie, right? And it was like whoever was her stylist was going for that, but didn't really achieve it, and it just didn't work. And it didn't look good on her. It looked like a tacky Party City costume to me. But, you know.
Well, yeah. So Summer started throwing drinks.
Moving on.
Shit was going crazy. Obviously, Ivory's calling for round 2. Dolly finally catches her breath. They go for round 2, and this is where you fucking see. First of all, there's makeup all over these girls' shirts.
Yeah, it's
so
crazy.
funny.
That shit was ugly.
That shit nasty.
All of Dolly's makeup all over Ivory's shirt was not cute.
Yeah, and vice versa because
it was Dolly too.
Ivory had her black eye covered. And then when she was like, "Oh, the black eyes from getting jumped from Stunner," and she's like, "I put makeup on. I don't give a fuck." And so yeah, but also. I think Ivory won because the way
100%.
Dolly's face looked was crazy.
Yeah, 100%.
She was like, oh.
Yeah, she had the ice pack and everything. That whole shit was wild. They're going back and forth. Summer's saying that she wants to fight DTB again. Okay. And then they're going back and forth. And then, you know, they make it known that they're not ever going to team up with DTB, like, ever. Like, they're like, you know, Natalie, fuck you.
Yeah, they said
Dolly
they're team
said
Natalie.
That. Exactly. Dolly said that. Summer said that. You know, DTB and Summer are going back and forth. Summer calls DTB Cloud Chaser. DTB says, then what are you? Like, you're literally the same thing. She's like, I'll never be like you. And it's this whole thing.
Yeah, and then it's like, what are you wearing?
Yeah, it's like, look what you got on. Like, why the fuck? And it was just the funniest shit ever. This whole argument between them, I'm not gonna hold you. I was cracking.
Yeah, because even watching them fight is mad funny because they can't fight.
It's mad funny, and then they start fighting. And Summer's wig is gone.
DTB with her one eyelash.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh, yo. It was just a mess.
And not Ivory saying I could smell what is it? What she say?
She said I could smell. What did she say?
Dolly,
smelling through the thong or some shit like that.
I smell it through the thong.
Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. As crazy as it was, I was really cracking up at this scene. Because I was like, yo, why are they saying this shit?
Crazy shit.
They was really talking out of pocket. But obviously, you know, after this second fight with Summer and DTB, we got to talk about the elephant in the room where Summer says how DTB is over there looking like Emmet Till, and it's fucked up. Very fucked up. And when, honestly, she even says after, oh, you need to go reconstruct her face or some shit. And I'm like, yo, like, do you not know the history of Emmet Till?
She does. Like, that's why she said
but that's what I'm saying. But it's like, why in that moment?
That's what you thought about.
Right. And it's just like, given the history and like how fucked up it was and how just the story of Emmet Till pisses me off to this day. And also how the white bitch that basically killed him still lived, right? And she's under protection and all this shit. And it's just, again, going back to like racist roots and all of this stuff with this fucking country. And you brought that up in Baddies? You related, you could have said anything else. You could have said anything else, but why are you bringing an innocent
14-year-old boy
into this?
But the thing is, she's not
Man
even
lost his life at 14.
She's
a
not
fucking white woman.
She's not even bringing it up in a sense of like remembrance of the good. She's literally saying her face beat up like that.
Yeah, which is
look like
up.
How dark is that, bro?
That's so fucking dark. And it's just like, Summer, like, you gotta stop fucking talking. Like, that shit is not fucking cool. That's not fucking cool, and that's not fucking cute. And I'm not gonna hold you. When I heard it, I was like, what? What did she say? Like, that was the first thing in my mind. I was like, wait, huh? Come again? Like, I was so confused. And the fact that she really just kept on and like, I don't give a fuck how mad you are in the heat of the moment. Why the fuck are you saying that? Why are you saying that?
Disgusting.
It is disgusting.
Disgusting.
It is disgusting.
I don't know. I have no words.
I have no words either. I feel like the internet is chewing her ass up right now as we speak.
That's right. She did get a lot of backlash.
A lot of backlash.
To the point where she had like 2 different apologies.
She really did. First one looked like it was written by AI, and the second one looked like it was actually from her voice. And a lot of people were like, cancel her, kick her off the show. Da 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 da. You think they're gonna kick her off?
We should read it. No. All right, so the first apology was, I want to take a moment to address a recent comment I made that was inappropriate and insensitive. I deeply regret my words and the impact they may have had on others. I understand that my response was not appropriate for the situation at hand, and I sincerely apologize to anyone who was offended. As someone who is still new to the world of television and public life, I am committed to learning and growing from this experience. I recognize the importance of being mindful and respectful in all situations, and I am dedicated to doing better moving forward. Thank you for your understanding and support as I strive to be a better person and contributor to the community. Sincerely, Summer, none other. And then there was also a post on her story that said, I sincerely apologize. I never meant no disrespect towards Emmet Till. I have a son and it was not right. I am a Black woman and I love my Black people respectfully. Anybody that knows me knows me. And at the end of the day, God sits high and looks low. Don't judge me. I'm still growing every day. I love when people are like wrong, they bring God into it. Yo. All right. First of all, I realized that we're kind of going off the assumption that a lot of people, which you should know the story of Emmet Till, but just a brief little snippet of who Emmet Till was a 14-year-old boy who was beaten to death and because there was a lady who had lied and said that
he was trying to talk to her.
He was trying to talk to her, white lady, and they beat him up and killed him.
They lynched him and beat him up to the point where his face was unrecognizable. And the only reason why they knew it was him is because they found, I think it was jewelry or something that he was wearing at the time. And the mom knew it was her son. And because of that, and because of this whole violent incident, they had an open casket funeral. And so everybody was there. And I'm sure for the mom at the time, it was hard. Everybody looking at her son's face like that. But she was like, you know what?
Make a statement.
Make a statement. I want the press here. This is what happened to my son. And he was innocent. He didn't do anything. All because a fucking white lady lied, again, due to heavy racism. Okay? Heavy racism. The police didn't do anything. Those guys never went to prison, okay? The women that lied, nothing happened to her,
nope.
Okay? Nothing happened to her. She was protected in her house. She even wrote a book. She was able to profit off of that shit. Mm-hmm. Wrote a book talking about how she felt bad. But the fact that you're still able to profit off of somebody's death like that you fucking caused, an innocent young boy, kid. She was older. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That shit made me sad. It makes me
sad.
Fucked up. The story's so sad.
The story is fucked up. I will never forget learning about the story in school. Like, I will never forget it. It was just like so fucked up. And the fact that you have Summer, you know, saying that someone's face looks like Emmet Till, it's kind of like, girl, I don't give a fuck about nothing. I don't give a fuck. Oh, I'm still getting used to the public. Bitch, you have to know better than that.
Yeah,
you have to fucking know better than that.
That's deeper than public relations.
It's deeper than that. Like, you should, like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Talk about I have a son.
Then you want to sit there and talk about I love my black people. What? Like, I'm not understanding, and honestly, I'm over it.
No excuses. Very lack of education.
Nothing. Yeah,
you're a bum bitch. You're a bum bitch. Your mindset's a bum bitch. Your mentality. Your finances are bum bitch. Like, you don't know how to financially get it together because you know you get a bum bitch mentality. And honestly, I could tell because immediately after making a disgusting comment like that, not only did she make that disgusting comment, but she also did something disgusting that I cannot believe Zeus Network allowed. Was she fucking stole Pretty P's bag?
Yeah, that was wild.
What a bum bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
so
okay, I already knew
she's gonna be wilding this season. I already know how it's gonna be.
I already knew that her trying to snatch the chain last season was already bum bitch behavior. But like,
there was no reason to take the bag.
There was literally no reason to take the bag.
Absolutely no reason.
And what the fuck is up with Zeus allowing that? Because they never let that happen before. All of a sudden now you're allowing some. This is fucked up, bro. Like, it just made me mad to see the producers all watch her take the bag. And it's like, that's grimy. Isn't that what BGC got in trouble for? Like, y'all really playing with fire right now. Like, for real. And I don't know, man. That shit pissed me off. And I don't know, man. You just look at Summer differently after that. Like, for real. Like, bum behavior after another. Like, just boom. But what I also find interesting, because not just Summer, okay, tell me who your friends are. I'm going to tell you who the fuck you are. Dolly clearly got to be the same. But I want to talk about Big Lex, because I'm tired of Big Lex being so pretty-faced that she can get away with the pretty privilege and not get the backlash as well. Because just because you're a bystander doesn't mean that you're innocent. At the end of the day, you watched Summer take the bag, didn't say shit. You just there, yeah, you watched your friends jump in. You watched Summer jump when it was just supposed to be Dolly and Ivory. And yet you sit there and act like, well, you know, we don't jump. Because her and Pretty P were going to go if like Pretty P was going to try to jump in, but they ended up not. And my thing is like, Big Lex and Dolly deserve the same type of backlash because that's your friend. That's who you stand 10 toes with. And you as her friend just sat there and didn't think about like, oh, that's something we should talk about, bitch. Like, that's not cute.
Yeah.
Big Lex is the type of girl this is the vibe I'm getting, because even her walking out with them two, it's given you're hanging out with the wrong crowd, sis. They're gonna get you in trouble, sis.
That's what everybody's saying on the internet. Like,
really?
Everyone, yeah, there are people that are saying that, you know, Big Lex should isolate herself from those two. And, you know, there's already people saying online that Bad Dolly doesn't even fuck with Big Lex like that. She clearly only fucks with Summer. And it's one of those things that because Summer fucks with Big Lex, it's just like by association, she just fucks with her. But, you know, they're not real friends. So, I mean, I guess I had hope. I wanted them to be like friends. But, you know, being in this industry and being in the spotlight and being on TV, I doubt that they will remain friends.
No.
Like, and then they're still young and they just doing dumb shit. It's like, I doubt that they will remain friends, unfortunately.
Think about it. Look at Natalie and Scotty. If they can't even remain friends in this industry, what makes you think them three will? You know what I'm saying? Like, look at fucking Biggie and Anna. Like,
yo, that's fucked up, yo. That shit still fucks me up, though.
This shit will destroy everything you have. It will. If you go in a relationship, your friendship, your sister, it'll destroy everything you have. And that's what you're sacrificing for that type of money and success. That's the truth.
That's fucked up.
It's dark. It's deep.
Yeah.
It's deep. So yeah, and at this point, right, DTB, now we're talking with DTB, Ivory, and Pretty P are kind of like talking, this is, this is where Summer is taking the bag or whatever. But what I really love, and I wanted to point out, because I got to give Pretty P her props, okay? DTP over here trying to explain, like, I don't understand. Natalie's not even loyal. Like, I don't understand why they like that. She's like, ain't nothing to explain to them because their mind is set and that's it. And I love that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Pretty P don't even want to argue. Like, you doing too much, DTB.
Yeah.
Like, stop trying to convince them. They already made their mind. What you doing?
Their
like,
mind was made up last season. Like, you should have known from the moment Big Lex said, somebody got to run the fade for Nat. I'm not going to put my hands on her. You should have known right then and there that they were going to be Team Nat, bro. Like, come on. This is why Natalie said, why are the new girls being more respectful than y'all? And y'all been here forever. You should know better. That's exactly why Natalie said that. Duh.
Yep.
So now we move on, and this is where Natalie meets up with fucking Stunner Girl over, an imaginary dinner. All right. So she's explaining the situation to Stunner Girl, and Stunner Girl not saying shit.
She don't give a fuck.
She do not care.
She like,
yeah. She just saying whatever.
Yeah.
It don't even matter what the fuck she's saying.
She's not even registering what's happening.
She don't even care. She got her shirt, her shorts, her hair tied up. She ready to go, and that's all she knows. You know, she got a bag just to come here and do this. And that is all she knows. And I just love how during this little sit down, Natalie makes it clear that I didn't do it though. I didn't drop the location. Like, who did that? Like, how did you find the address? Like, how did you know? Stunner's over there saying some shit like, oh, like, leave it up to them. They don't need to know how I know. Da, 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 da. I just feel like she's just saying that.
Of course.
Like,
acting.
the fuck? She's just saying that. Come on. Now we all know, like, Natalie's clearly responsible.
And also, Stunner's from the streets, so she's not a snitch.
Exactly. So she's not going to say that it was Natalie. Duh, they were in cahoots. And Natalie knows that. That's why Natalie's sitting there like, acting like, how did you know? Like, she's like, I really didn't do it. I didn't do it. I don't know why everybody wants to blame me. I didn't do it. And I'm just like, how long are you going to keep up this, victim act of like, I didn't do anything when we've always seen you do everything? Like,
yeah.
I'm so confused.
This is true.
Okay, and now in the middle of this, Anna comes walking in. They don't waste no time.
Why did she come in like this?
I don't know.
She looks
That's
scared.
why she looks sus. She looks sus, and that's probably why security wanted to check her. She was like, don't touch me. Like, what do you have in your hands? What do you have on your hands? Like, what's up?
But when you saw her here, now what was with the hat too, bro? I don't know what the fuck.
That's
Anna looked like she was scared. She wasn't even thinking clearly when she picked her outfit. It was weird. It was like a winter, it's like fitted hat. I've had that hat. It's a winter fitted hat with a little wool underneath, and it's just like she don't be hit with her jacket like that. I'm like, that's why Stunner laughed. She was like, damn, like, that shit funny. She came in looking like a scared puppy.
Stunner laughing at her had me when Stunner was laughing at her, I started cracking the fuck up, yo. I feel like this episode, I was really laughing from beginning to end because how you start off with B-A-D-D, like, what the fuck are we doing? And then she's like, Stunner, when she starts talking shit, she laugh. It's the funniest shit ever. That shit was weird. Anna and Natalie start going back and forth, okay? And Anna's getting disrespectful. She's like, what up, bitch? Shut up, bitch. Shut up, bitch. Like, constantly. Like, and I keep telling you, like, shut up, bitch. Da-da-da. She's like, stop talking to me like that. Stop talking to me like that. Natalie really just had no control over the situation whatsoever, okay? And security is blocking her. Natalie's like, you see, what is this? What is this? And they eventually fight. And from the little that we see, it looks like Anna got her little 1-2s in on Natalie. Natalie was swimming in that bitch. Natalie couldn't do much.
I think there was like a slow-mo I saw where Natalie swings but hits her own hand.
Yo. She would do that. She would do that.
I don't know. This is also the part where I fell asleep again, so I forgot. But
that was the end.
Yeah, no,
right. Yeah. So I mean, and that's pretty much where the episode ends, right? And then in the preview, we're obviously gonna see Stunner Girl and Anna go at it, and then the girls are finally in Africa. The new girls are on the bus on their way to the house, and is a whole brawl on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're at the house, then they're in the back, and they have a nice performance, and a whole brawl happens in the back. The performers look disgusted.
Yeah.
They look disgusted and shocked and confused and concerned.
I think they look like when their mama yelled at them, they did something bad. That's how they look. They were like, damn.
They really...
we would get beat up or something like this.
No, right. They really were looking like, what the fuck is going on? Huge culture shock for them, probably.
I'm sure.
What the fuck is going on?
What a great representation of America.
Yeah, that's probably what they're thinking, because they're really just there doing their job. They're all smiles, dancing, thinking it's going to be cute. Because these people got money and it wasn't cute.
Isn't that annoying?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what literally, when you have international friends, they all tell you there is this real, like, people outside this country look at us like we're stupid and drunk. That's what they consider us, stupid drunk people. And it's like crazy because we have so much money over here, right, in the country, right? So it's like, yeah, they come with a bunch of money, but it's like, look how we act. So embarrassing.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's been our recap. I will say these are my final thoughts. I think this was a solid first episode. Now, will it continue to be that way to the point where I say it's a solid season? We will see. We don't know yet, but I enjoyed this first episode. I am delighted to see many fresh new faces. I'm excited to see, the African girlies. I'm excited to just see how this plays. Like, I'm happy Taseki's not there anymore. I'm happy the OGs aren't there, period. Like, I like, it's refreshing to see these new girls. And just to see how everything is going to play out. It's starting off rocky as hell. But I enjoyed this first episode. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I feel like it was a solid first episode. It is refreshing not only to get new faces, but to also see the people that are coming back, which there are a few, right? You got Natalie, Scotty, and Rolly, who are like the super OGs, seeing them and their relationship, how it's changed and how we're seeing a different dynamic now because Scotty and Natalie don't fuck with each other no more. So it's really cool to see like just things like really different. It's not cliquey anymore. It's really like everyone kind of like have their own little clique like type thing, alliances and shit like that. So it is nice to see like just again a different dynamic between people, but also the new faces, right? We get to see all these newbies come in and I don't know, we got to see what they got, what they got. And then you got all these new girls coming in, a whole bunch of new girls that we don't know nothing about, which I like too. I am excited for the girls from Africa. I love that, especially, was it Choco Brown?
Mm-hmm.
She cool. Can't wait to see what she's got, And I'm excited to cover this, It always starts off this, and then by mid-season, it's an emotional roller coaster. Again,
yeah.
Baddies is a toxic relationship. I do know that they stopped. They're apparently taking the summer off because I'm sick and tired of the no breaks in between.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And yeah, I think that's my final thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. What do you guys think? Definitely comment your thoughts below. Like, what do you guys think about what we had to say? Is there something that we missed and you caught? Also comment that below. I know you guys, you're not afraid to comment your thoughts. So definitely comment. Don't be shy. Meet us in the comments.
For sure. And also fill us in on what happened at the premiere. I know that there was a few things that went down.
Yes.
And
Summer and Anna fought at the premiere.
Oh, did they?
Yes. It was a whole recording of them fighting at the premiere.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I seen it.
Looked crazy. And DJ Sky posted on her story, too.
I'm dead.
I was like she recorded it. She was there. I was like, I can't.
She's so messy.
OD,
she can't stand Anna.
OD.
It's so funny. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Let us know what we missed. Did we miss anything? What you guys got to say? We love to hear also where you guys are from.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Yeah, and with that being said, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram. That's JESSI.strange. And where can they find you, Tiana?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Randomania1. You guys can find us on Instagram at
The Petty Headquarters.
You guys can find us on all podcast platforms at
The Petty Headquarters.
We release episodes weekly, all right? And on YouTube, we are at The Petty Headquarters. Why do you keep leaving me hanging? You were doing so good. You were doing so good.
Move on.
I don't care.
Move
I'm going
on.
to make it a thing because you were doing so good and then you just left me. Anywho, so yeah, on YouTube, we are at The Petty Headquarters. And it is very simple, okay? You can't miss it. So with that being said, this was your weekly dose of mess.